Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Time, a South Korean romance from 2006 that was directed by Kim Ki-duk, a man who has given us a handful of great films over the past few decades. And Time might be my personal favorite from this man's impressive filmography. So our film begins with a romantic couple who have been together for over 2 years, and this girl has become paranoid that her man is going to leave her for a more beautiful woman, and it would seem that her boyfriend has become less responsive in bed as well. Faced with this increasingly stale relationship, the girl makes the bizarre decision to undergo plastic surgery and completely alter her face without informing her boyfriend. So she just straight up disappears without a trace on this guy. The boyfriend becomes concerned, obviously, and confused regarding her sudden disappearance. But after a while, he kind of comes to the conclusion that she simply left him for an indefinite period of time, and he kind of hopes that she'll come back to him at some point in the future. Now, 6 months pass. She does indeed return to him, but refuses to disclose her identity, because remember, she has a completely new face. Instead, she attempts to seduce her former boyfriend under the veil of a different woman's identity. So yes, this is a fascinating premise, and this film gets a lot of mileage out of it. It's very unique, and Kim presents some interesting scenarios here, man. Unlike this director's other films, this one is dialogue heavy with some nice exchanges. You know, remember in 3 Iron or The Bow, if you've seen those, where the protagonists barely spoke a word to one another, and in many cases they don't? Well, Time is different from that. You know, I love the no dialogue aspect of some of his other films, but Time uses conversation very well between the characters. The inner conflicts of both leads are excellently portrayed, while the influences of like their old and their new relationship ebb and flow. Because the male lead, if you think about it, he's caught up in an odd dilemma here. You know what I mean? As one might expect. Also, the correlation between psychology and plastic surgery is given full attention with a heavy level of subtle content. You have to pay attention to the details in this movie because there's a lot of social commentary here. And some of it you might miss if you're not paying attention. This is the best film with plastic surgery as a main theme I think I've ever seen. This is good stuff. Now, here's an example for you. In terms of some of the social commentary. There is a lot of insight into how men view women in this film, or how some men view women. Pay attention to how our male lead acts depending on the woman he's paired with, compared to her level of attractiveness, so to speak. At one point in this film, he goes on a date with a different girl who's not his ex-girlfriend, and it's one of the more dramatically impactful moments in the entire film, despite the fact that they're only together for like maybe 10 minutes. Really great script writing there, so look forward to that. And, after watching this movie, you might actually begin to actually understand why a woman would be pressured to get plastic surgery. You actually might. This has got some really thought-provoking stuff. The lead actor here is Jung-woo, who is one of the most popular Korean actors in the business nowadays. Always nice to see him. This is one of his earlier roles, but he already exhibits a handle of the craft with a great performance in this. But the lead actress, Hyun-ah would not be outshined here, because she practically steals the show from him. I was impressed with how she portrayed like a mentally unhinged woman who appears to be crumbling under the pressures of being beautiful. This is the best performance I've seen from her personally. She hasn't been in a ton of stuff. She's only been in a handful of movies and TV series, but this is the best performance from her, I think. So yes, I highly recommend Time for those who want an unconventional romance with a lot of content behind it. It is on the artsy side. There's a few odd and or weird moments mixed in, but that just makes it more interesting in my opinion. So fortunately, it is widely available on DVD in the United States, so check this one out. And as always, I will see you next time.